Howdy everybody, Justin here for another episode of Choose Your Own Adventure, The House of Danger. In this episode we're doing the rescue. So let's get the show on the road. As you can see I have 3 danger, it's over here, and 8 on the psychic scale. Here are my items and the premonitions, and I have 2 other cards that I don't think are as relevant, so I put them up there. But let's get the show on the road. You're still not sure what's really going on in this place. You're already freaked out by the creepy stuff you saw outside the Marsden house, and the discovery of actual spirits from beyond the grave inside the house has only made you more on edge. You steel your nerves and remind yourself that you're not just an aspiring detective, you're a psychic investigator. You eat spirits from beyond the grave for breakfast. Not really, but the point is you feel a surge of confidence and you can do this. I mean, the danger level's only 3. That's easy. At any rate, you've come way too far to turn back now, so all you can do is hope that the depths of this house hold some insight to the mysterious nightmares that have plagued you for weeks and drew you to this modern architecture house of horrors in the first place. But the elevator, which all your hopes rest on, is totally trashed. The last person to use it must have really hated elevators. Based on the scratch marks on the walls, they might have had sharp claws too. A strange sensation now washes over you. Your head spins and you lose your balance and you fall to your knees, although you don't quite black out. You're overwhelmed by visions as your consciousness leaves your body and travels through the house's lower reaches on mind power alone. You drift downward, though a meeting room full of huge shadowy figures in a laboratory stark with equipment. Continue to 61. Your awareness projects deeper under the estate. You finally come to a jail cell. Your mind can't penetrate to see who is inside, but a wave of anguish emits from it, like heat from the sun. You sense that the person trapped inside is responsible for what you have counted so far and can help with what you'll encounter next. I'm just going to drink some water. You enjoy that picture. Discover clue 76 to discover your goal. All right, so we need to rescue the prisoner. Your mind joins your body again, as though swiftly snapping back into place. It takes you a moment to get your bearings. You're in your own body, in an elevator, in a spooky house that you somewhat regret ever stepping foot inside. You check the panel and find that all the buttons have been pried off except 2. They may be for the only active basement levels. Of course, it's also possible they're just floors that whoever wrecked this elevator wants to lure you to. With a whoosh, the elevator doors briskly close. Sub-basement 2 or 3? I'm a 3 guy, so we're going to go to sub-basement 3. That's what we're doing. Oh, excuse me. That is 78. The elevator drops with a jerk and continues to sub-basement 3. The door opens up into a room with tables holding funnels, glass beakers, test tubes, thermometers, and safety goggles. It looks like a biochemistry lab. It's a complete wreck, just like the elevator, so you can add biochemistry to the list of things the vandal had a grudge against. There's a desk in the corner. Based on the pattern of stuff scattered on the floor, it appears someone was dragged away from it by force, then taken out a door and down a hall. Another door leads into a room where you can see a large glass vats with overflowing with blue liquid. So this is what we want to do. So we're going to go towards the blue liquid because that was on our nightmare card, 67. You see rows and rows of glowing blue vats, all filled with chimpanzees in various stages of development. The largest ones, as big as adult humans. Someone is bending the laws of nature to unethical extremes down here. The vats are plugged into a utility box on the wall. On top is a glowing cap with 3 crystals. It might be some kind of power source. Something about this crystalline cap calls to you. It feels important. From the utility box, cords and wires run into an adjoining room through a propped open door. There's also a conveyor belt that leads through an opening in the far wall. The belt is moving slowly, and the motion is mildly hypnotic. So we can choose to pry the crystalline cap loose, which I think we're going to do. We just need a 3 or higher. I like those odds. So does the game. Clue 87. A crystalline cap. You pry the crystalline cap from the utility box. Even unplugged, it keeps glowing. This object gives you a shiver. Your psychic senses tell you this is an important item. Keep this item. Okay. Move forward 3 spaces on the psychic scale. Wow, that's up to 11. We're going to follow the chords. So that's to 72. This room is filled with generators of every shape and size, and they all look extremely unsafe. In fact, one of the older, larger ones has a crack in its casing, but it's still running, with a regular burst of electricity arcing from it to every nearby surface. You'd rather not get too close to it, but you'll have to if you want to investigate the door to a vault on the other side. The only other exit isn't a door at all, but a massive hole in the wall that leads into total darkness. As you feel around the dark for a light switch, you discover that the passageway isn't so much a hallway as a tunnel with rough walls that have been dug out of rock and soil. So try to get past the cracked generator to reach the vault. Damn, this is a hard choice. Let's think about this. The electricity's still running, which is a nightmare. I think we're going to go down the tunnel. I don't want to get zapped, which I think will happen if I try to do anything but get zapped. All right. You can't see more than a few feet in front of you as you walk down the tunnel. So when a man's voice calls out from the darkness, you almost jump out of your skin. Hey, you! You freeze. What now? You're the new lab assistant, right? Mondays. It's about time you got here. You have the briefcase. If you have clue 38, give it to the mysterious stranger by discarding it and drawing clue 62. So we will. We're going to discard clue 38, which is going to go back into the mansion pile, which I'm just going to do right now to make it easier on me. And then we draw clue 62. Pleasure doing business, he says. Even though you gave him what he wanted, he still spits on the floor and grumbles about his crew waiting for him in the garage as he hurries away. Your psychic senses tells you that giving him the briefcase was the right thing to do. Move forward 2 spaces on the psychic scale. Our psychic powers are getting perfectly average. If you can see from worst to best, we are legitimately right in the middle. We're going to continue on card 87. The man rushes back down the tunnel in the direction he came from, his footsteps booming in the darkness. There's a door with iron bars, not balls, built into the wall here. It looks like it could lead to some sort of cell or maybe a kennel. It's unlocked. So we can follow the man or open the cell door and see what's going on inside. Why don't we just take a little looky-loo onto 62. You slide open the barred door. It looks much more industrial than the other rooms you've been in. The door slides shut on its own. Clang! And you hear it lock behind you. You see some kind of gated structure down the hallway in front of you and quickly press yourself against the wall when you realize that 2 figures are guarding it. There's also a desk on the side of the room that's out of the guard's line of sight. If you are level 3 or higher, which we are actually legitimately now level 3 or higher, we get to draw clue 80. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's a brain on fire, brain on fire. Oh, you scared me. She scared me so much. Hi, Julie.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Good.
Did you get my message about where I was?
Yeah. You went shoo-shoo. Here, come here. Give me a hug. Oh, he sounded like he was dying.
No, he does sound like he's dying. Hello.
Oh, how's it
Hi,
going?
stream.
Oh, she's giving a hug. There's not many people here. It's just me
That's
tonight.
okay. Whoever's in chat, you get a hug.
You hear that? It says 2 viewers. It's dark days. Do you want to pop it open that window for me?
Yeah. Like, there's only one person in here, and it's fucking on.
I know. I don't understand it.
I got Russell things.
Nice. I'll come check it out when I'm done recording. Do you want to close the door?
He's dead.
He's dead. Our cat's dead. If you want to try your luck with the guards, now we're going to go to the desk. Luck is not my strong suit today. How's it going, Andy? Home? Is that the Russell emoji? That's what it's going to be now. That's the new Russell one. You make it to the desk unnoticed. The only thing here is a fancy new computer, its shiny beige box, underneath a monitor that glows with rows of green text and a blinking command prompt. If you can manage to break through the computer's security, you might find some useful information stored in its internal memory. So that's what we're going to do. Optional challenge. Search the computer for information. If you are level 3 or higher on the psychic scale, add +1. So we add +1 to this. The only thing we can't roll is a 1. Good job, guys. We actually did it this time. You can't crack the computer security, but then you notice an index card taped to the underside of the monitor. Written on the card is banana, with each A being an ampersand, which is the @ symbol, I think. Could this be the computer's password? You try it. Boop! It works. After a few seconds of poking around in some files, you learn that there's a very important prisoner being held in cell C. And remember cell C because it's after cell B. The one way out of here is down a hall to a gate, which is guarded by 2 chimps. So we're going to go approach those guard chimps. The 2 guards are the huge chimpanzees as tall as you are. They are walking upright, just like you are. Oh my god, Planet of the Apes. They are wearing security uniforms, just like you are not. They notice this key difference. They attack. So we have to beat these guys, or we raise the danger meter by 4, which I'd rather not do. We did, though. We rolled a 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4. We go up to 4, and we got to try again. That's a 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. All the way back up to 5, just like we wanted to do. Oh, that's a 4. 1, 2. Psychic scale goes down by 1. We're back down to 3. Oh, that was a cocked. I'm going to re-roll that one. That's a 4. We beat them. Once you defeat the chimpanzee guards, you find the gate will only open with an electronic key card. If you have clue 28 or 77, it's 30,000. No, we don't have either of those. So we have to go to story card 88. Without that key card, you can't get past the gate, and you can't leave the detention center through the locked front door. Just as you're about to give up, you spot a hole in the ceiling tiles, mostly obscured by the shadows in the corner of the room. So we draw clue 70. The hole opens into a vertical shaft with haphazardly placed handholds like a climbing wall. You found a secret passage. Good job, guys. So let's pass this. That's a pass. So we get to lower the danger meter by 1. Boop. And draw clue 81. Oh no. Oh no. You've climbed 20 feet when the handholds suddenly recede into the wall and disappear. This isn't any secret passage. It's a booby-trapped one. Think fast. All right, let's think fast. Oh, we thought fast. Lower the danger meter by 1 and draw clue 78. You found a ledge, but getting onto it is going to take some serious agility. So, get on the ledge and quick. 73. We need a 3 or higher. That's a 3. We did it. Lower the danger meter by 1. It cannot go any lower. So we're going to draw clue 73. Just going to check. Cool. Clue 73. Oh my god. There's a passageway carved into the stone wall here, but someone has piled up a bunch of rocks to block the entrance. Let's do it. 3 or higher. We did it. That was a 3. So we got to draw clue 79. Holy shit. Halfway down the passage, you find a chimpanzee sitting at a desk. He's smoking cigarettes and watching TV. He looks angry. Let's fight him. Once again, 3 or higher. That's a 2, so we're going to increase the danger meter by 2 and try again. That's a 5. We're going to lower it by 1 and draw clue 75. Are we done with these tests yet? Have we finally escaped? You run past the chimp and right into a 10-foot tall guinea pig. It is adorable and it can kill you. Attack it, sneak past it, heave a table at it, climb over it, or find another way. We're going to try to find another way. I have no bonuses. How's it going, Evil Canadian? That's a 5. We're going to lower the danger meter by 2 and get to 77. Whew! Just a little gnome I see going in there. You see an access key card on the floor. You grab it and run through the doors in front of you, unsure what is on the other side. We're going to go to story card 69. Nice. Keep this item. Story card 69. I'm not a goblin. I'm a gnome. You're now in the chamber with 3 prison cell doors. They're heavy iron things with small barred windows that make it difficult to see what might be inside. There is a ring of 3 keys hanging from a nail on the wall. Well, we're going to try cell C, because that's the one we know, because C, as we remember from my little rhyme, is after B. Someone is sleeping on the cot in cell C, with a thin blanket pulled over their face. You can wake the prisoner up so you can talk to him, attack him before he can attack you, or just tiptoe out of the cell. We're going to try talking to him, so that's clue 67. You gently shake the prisoner by the shoulder. He flings the blanket from his face. It's an exhausted-looking man who's obviously relieved that someone has finally come to rescue him. Thank you. I'm Professor Marsden, he says. Marsden, you ask? Are you related to Henry Marsden? Yes. This was the estate of my ancestor, General Marsden, but at the moment we have more urgent things to discuss. Go to story card 90. Chapter 3, Goal Achieved. Professor Marsden looks worried. You have to help me stop my former research assistant, he says. She's twisted our scientific research for evil. So she's responsible for all these chimps, you ask? He said in his voice. Yes, he says. But there's something bigger afoot. I'm talking about the alien science. Marsden says he can provide all the answers you're looking for, but you should first make sure you're prepared to leave the section of the house behind. Ooh, we have not been to either the conference room or the printing press room, which is going to put us to 4, but we're probably going to get some good stuff out of it. So we're going to go to the conference room. I actually do want to explore right now because I feel like there's a lot of good things to find. That's 65. The air duct takes you over a loud room full of what sounds like a gang of rowdy hooligans. You peek through a grate and discover a group of massive savage chimps sitting at the conference table, snorting and growling and beating their chests. A woman sits at the head of the table, speaking to them, but you're too far away to overhear the chaos. There's a small, more rickety air duct that leads to a wall by the woman, and if you're careful, you could probably make it there to see what she's saying. You can also see from here that the air duct you're in splits off and terminates into 2 other rooms. The room on the left is dimly lit by the glow of blue liquid in some large glass vats. The room on the right is pitch black. So we're gonna crawl through the rickety air duct. Let's do it. Get me a 4, which is what we needed. So we're gonna grab clue 84. You crawl through the rickety air duct without breaking it or yourself and overhear the woman lecturing the chimps on ways to improve the profitability of the counterfeiting operation. The chimps are less than attentive. You crawl back up into the main vent, not sure what to think. Well, we have 67, so we're going to go to 83 into the dark room. This room is pitch black. You can't see anything except the faintest hint of illumination coming from a door on your left and what might be a stack of boxes next to it. Feel free to fumble around with the light switch if you'd like. Yeah, let's do it. Once again, we need a 4 or higher. So, go to story card 89. You find the switch, and with the lights on, you see you're in a small, cramped laboratory. Jars and beakers full of mysterious liquid cover every flat surface. You're lucky you didn't stick your hand in a jar of acid, or worse, probably pee, while searching for the lights. Now you can clearly see the door and the stack of boxes. Also, you can see a ladder hanging down from a trapdoor in the ceiling. Unfortunately, the lowest rungs are missing, so there's no way to climb it. If only you had something like a wooden dowel that fits into the ladder. If you have clue 23, which we don't, we're going to dig through the stack of boxes, I think, which is 75. The moment you touch one of the boxes, the entire pile collapses and you lose your balance, tumbling into an adjacent room. All the boxes were empty. Who would have thought? Someone went to a lot of trouble to hide this chamber, but seeing as you found it completely by accident, they clearly did a terrible job. A lot of talking tonight. This appears to be some sort of workshop. There's no one here right now, but a large egg-shaped vehicle takes up most of the room. You can't tell if it's a boat or if it flies. It looks like someone's repairing it. There seems to be a lot of commotion coming from a garage. There's also a cell door that looks like some sort of jail cell or animal pen. So we can search the egg ship as an optional action. And if we are cycle level 2, which we are, we would add +1. So we have to get a 4 or 3 or higher, and we rolled a 4. So we had to draw clue 61. Oh, sick. Alien notebook. This one's actually relevant. You see, I'm going to actually put this one all by itself because it is relevant. You see symbols on the vehicle's control panels and a notebook with the same symbols. Oh, excuse me. Someone has scrawled translations in the margins. Keep this item and move forward on the psychic scale, bumping us up back to a very sexy 13. And we also can now increase our eyes, which is awesome. Let's go check the noisy garage, which is probably going to be a bunch of chimps working. You find your way into a big automotive garage, where dozens of unsavory characters are engaging in at least 37 different felonies. If nothing else, you have to admire their sheer industriousness. Hey, you're not the new lab assistant, somebody shouts. You're a trespasser. And you've seen too much, shouts another criminal. The criminals get into an argument about whether they should kill you with knives or drown you in a lake. The lake is too far, one criminal reminds his colleagues, so they agree to go with the first choice. All right, move back 2 spaces on the psychic scale and return to the previous card. All right, we're going to go to 62. So we're going to go to 74 because we've already tried our luck with the guards. And we've already done it. So we have clue 77, so we're going to go to story card 69, which once again we've already been through. We're going to flip this over and go to cell 85. And then we're going to talk with the prisoner, which is eventually going to lead us back to card 90. So I think I'm going to finish here. We got an item. We're a bit lower after the dying because of those criminals with the knives was a bit unfortunate. But it could be worse. We have an item that helps their eyes now, which is the most common test I've noticed so far. But of course, now that we have an item, it's not going to happen. But yeah, thanks for watching. We're going on to the next episode. I don't know if we're going to do it tonight. It might just be on YouTube in a few days. I suddenly got a headache from all my talking and how hot this room is. But I'm just going to go stand up, stretch my legs, get some water,